If Resorts World Las Vegas can do this, it will effectively change the face of the Strip forever, and they might own large portions of it. What's going on, guys? A lot is being said about the prices at Resorts World Las Vegas, and in this video we're going to explain how my good insider friend who gives me lots of great information has explained those prices and why they are so darn high. And I think by the end of it you'll be shocked. And also stay tuned to the end of this video for a several minute long preview of my big cinematic, we're calling it Resorts World opening the movie, whatever, it'll make sense at the end of this video. You're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it. I like it. All right, how's it going? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. If you guys want to support us, there's Patreon, channel memberships. I'm bringing you guys news, live streams, kind of movie type, documentary style looks at Las Vegas. Also analysis. Today we're talking about Resorts World. Why the price is so high? Why is it $5,000 to go see Miley Cyrus if you want to get any kind of seating with like a day bed? Why is it $2,700 for second or third row seats to Celine Dion? Like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Well, we're going to explain it right now. Also, ways to support us. My wife's watching a movie in Italy, a YouTube video. Everybody's wearing masks. Canadians wearing masks. If you work in a store, you might wear masks. VegasFaceMask.com goes around the back of your head, not your ears. Comes in solid colors, plus many different patterns. We're still taking orders. VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end. All right, Resorts World pricing is very, very high. It can be explained, okay? Now, it all comes down to casino comps. It all comes down to Resorts World wanting to dominate the entire Strip. Genting owns Resorts World. It's a corporation based out of Malaysia, and they're setting their prices exceedingly high for a reason. The reason is simple. It comes down to the implied value of comps that they can give to players that are playing currently at other properties and have been playing that way forever. And if you price things at a certain level, people will imply value in them. But then we get to this ridiculous plane where in computer graphics, they call it the uncanny valley, okay? If you've ever looked in these, maybe that Star Wars film that came out a few years ago where they had, you know, I think it was one of the generals and it was a CGI version of an actor that passed away years ago, or even Princess Leia, your brain kind of rejects it because it kind of looks like it's real, but it's not really real. And that's where they're kind of flirting with these prices right now. So, implied value from comps. Okay, what is it actually worth to go to a show at Resorts World? Is it worth $2,750 to go see Celine Dion play? I don't know. Is it worth $5,000 for Miley Cyrus? I'm not sure. I guess that's in the eye and the brain of the actual person willing to pay that price. But let's say that you're an M Life player, or you're a high roller over at Caesars, or you're with the Wynn and with their resorts program, and you're being courted away from that property. This is where it gets interesting. You have a chance. So maybe M Life will give you comps to Bruno Mars. Those tickets were $1,800 for the front row. Maybe they'll give you comps to a Golden Knights game. At the max, if it's not a playoff Stanley Cup final situation, you might pay $600 a ticket for a Golden Knights game. And along comes Resorts World, and they tell everybody, and the word gets around, that they are giving away comps to $2,750 Celine Dion front row seats. They're giving away comps to Miley Cyrus, $5,000 at the Cabana. They're giving away comps at the most absurdly priced restaurants that seem to exist over there. They're giving away these incredibly high-end comps. Now, the show might not cost that much in the real market. The marketplace might not ever pay that much money, but to the person that's actually a high roller, they never pay that much money anyways. So they're looking at the value of the comps, the value of the Crockford's room that costs $900 a night, but it's not any bigger than the $450 room night stay across at the Wynn, the Venetian, or the Plaza, or the Encore. So by doing this, they're actually doing a smart thing right now, in my opinion. They're looking at the fact that right now, the high rollers have not really in full returned to Las Vegas. Let's be honest here. A lot of the high rollers are international. They're people from Asia and the EU and from the UK and from Australia and from Canada. They're people that will come in, and that's the bulk majority of what actually keeps Vegas running and rolling. And by doing this, they're looking at getting in front of those people before they have returned to Las Vegas. And invariably, you've got to know that Resorts World has done massive amounts of intel and research, and they have the email addresses, maybe even cell phones of these people, and they're just throwing offers at them right now to try to get them to check out the properties. So, you know, hey, let's say international travel does open up in November, and they're able to offer somebody $5,200 and $5,300, something like that, in Celine Dion comps, whereas the other guys are only offering maybe $2-3 grand in something to go see another concert. Where do you think they're going to go? They're going to go to the property that gives them the match and the comps based on the reward status at the property property that they're used to gambling at, and then they've hopefully, potentially, at least for one stay, for one visit, captured the eyes and ears and the stay of that traveler. Now, this would in turn hurt the other properties if that traveler, if that high roller, if that whale starts to stay at Resorts World and that person travels to other places. So, inevitably they're going to stay at Resorts World properties wherever they travel, especially if they're used to going to the Wynn resorts over in Asia, for example, and now they're no longer going to Wynn Macau. They're going to a Genting property. So is it it's a devious plan, really, is what it is. It's an ingenious plan, really, is what it is. Because by being able to try to capture these people and disregarding the prices for us proletariats, as George Orwell once said, for us plebeians, as somebody else once said that I can't remember, where'd that movie come from? By doing that, they're in turn able to go ahead and try to capture those high-end high rollers, not caring about prices, but caring about a long-term strategy wherein they diminish the stock prices of these other companies because their profits go down. And by the way, in this video, do me a favor, subscribe to this video. That would be keen. You get more analysis like this as we look at Vegas as a business sense and also as a travel destination and how these psychological games work. And tell us in the comments below what you think about this plan. Is it so dubious and ingenious? When I heard it, I couldn't believe it or wrap my mind around it for a minute. But then when I sussed it out in my head, I said, well, that makes a lot of sense. Tell me in the comments below what you think about this. Meanwhile, it's on the north end of the Strip. The north end of the Strip might see a revitalization. It's not too far from the Wynn and the Encore, so it's not inconceivable that you would have people willing to stay right across the street. I mean, look, transportation's still an issue if you're staying at the Encore, isn't it? I think it is. If you're staying over at the Sahara and you just walk across the street, do they have high rollers at Sahara? I'm sure that they do. So by capturing the audience of the high rollers that haven't returned yet, by offering them a much higher comp value for things that are unrealistically priced, they put that mental mindset into the high roller that might not even understand what things are even priced because they don't pay for them all the time. And they get those people to come in and to gamble and to game and hopefully make it their home away from home, not just in Las Vegas, but everywhere else, thereby increasing the value of their company and diminishing the value of their competitors. And at the end of the day, that's what I think Resorts World wants to do. That's what I think. That's what my source thinks. That's what some other people I've spoken to have thought. They want to go ahead and dominate Las Vegas. They're not looking at Las Vegas as another casino property that they have in their kind of, their cachet of properties. They're looking at it as a place where they can really tear it up. They can make this the home base. You give this 10 years, and if these casinos have their profits slipping and slipping and slipping, they can buy up that stock. And if Genting buys up that stock as a private ownership type of group, they can potentially have a takeover situation in the future. Now, that's a little bit far-fetched. We'll have to see how this all plays out. Resorts World has to be a general kind of success in the first place. The question is, if they bleed money, how long can they bleed money? And, financials of Genting are strange. It's a Malaysian-based company. They're not listed on any American or European stock exchanges. They're based on a Malaysian stock exchange. You can go to Market Watch, and maybe we'll discuss it in a video. You tell me in the comments below if you're interested in seeing that, what their financials actually look like. But who knows? Who knows how long they can do this? And that's the information, and that's the news that I have for you today, and I think it's very interesting. So you tell me in the comments below, and that's my video, and I'm sticking to it. Once again, my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas. If you guys want to support the channel, check out Patreon, channel memberships, VegasFaceMask.com. And without further ado, here are several minutes of what I am working on for Resorts World. We're calling it Resorts World Grand Opening, the movie, a cinematic look, whatever. When this is uploaded finally, you're going to see it in nice, huge widescreen, not this letterbox, weird black bar format on the sides. But yeah, subscribe for that when that launches later on this week. Now's the time of the video where I go to that and I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready for this? So 3, 2, 1, and click.
Resort on the north end of the Strip is expected to bring about 20,000 construction jobs and thousands of permanent positions.
Foreign developers purchased the former Echelon property today for $350 million. Now, the site has really essentially sat vacant for years as the original owners, Boyd Gaming, lost millions on what county commissioners are now calling an unfinished eyesore.
Yeah, hi, Denise. This new property is expected to break ground sometime by the end of this year or going into the beginning of next year. And this new resort is going to cater to a very specific market, international tourists. Developers say Resorts World Las Vegas is inspired by Asia, aiming to please visitors from overseas. Malaysia-based Genting Group is the first foreign developer to try a project of this magnitude.
This is a tremendous opportunity.
what did you guys think of Resorts World?
It seems pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it seems pretty well put together.
The Resorts World is crazy. Everything is brand new. Oh my gosh, it's so packed in there. Everything's going off. There's music, there's lights. I just want to party.
It's a beautiful place. Very nice, very laid out, convenient. The food, the slots, the hotel, everything's laid out. It was carefully planned.
So it took them the better part of 14 years, but Resorts World Las Vegas has finally opened. Didn't start off this way. This was supposed to be the Echelon Place, and before this, it was the Stardust, a beloved brand that lives on in some slot game somewhere online. A lot of people are upset the Stardust is gone. Will Resorts World hold up to the hefty promises and the lofty promises made by Genting Gaming? We're going to go inside and take a look. I've already spent several hours here doing live streams. I want to show you what I saw because I think you're going to love it. How's it going, guys? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications. If you like this video enough, we'll come back and we'll do more dives into this place with this cool setup and this wide screen and these neat camera angles. And yeah, let me know what you think of what you've seen so far online, or if you've been here, let me know what your mini review is in the comments below. If you guys want to support us, Patreon and channel memberships. You know, Patreon people have been seeing this video in development as I've been posting it early. And you also have VegasFaceMask.com, no S at the end, if you're traveling to Vegas and you still need to wear a face mask. We're the only two that you'll ever need, made by my wife, Sweet Caroline. You need them for an airplane. You need them at work in some cases. 2 for $25. We ship anywhere. But anyways, commercials are over. This property is something special. I've been gushing. We're going to give you some hopefully objective thoughts. There's way too much tech stuff in here for me not to gush over it, but the property remains a mystery. Will it exist on the north end at the price point they want to put it at? Will it be a success, and will Genting someday be in the same mind space of the North American consumer as MGM Resorts International and Caesars Entertainment? Let's take a look at what it looks like in Resorts World Las Vegas right now.